mentioned to Kyla, I mean, I'll just get it quickly started here so you guys can kind of continue on
Sure.
with the conversation. But my name is Ben Asher. I am one of the co-directors over in the Office of Admissions. So I'll be working with, I think Alexa, I would actually be working with you because you're from around this area. Whereas Kyla, you would be working with Emily Buell. She works with students specifically from the state of Ohio. She's from Ohio. She's a Ohio native. So you'll have a great counseling team. If you have questions, you can reach out to us. I'll throw my information in the chat, but I won't take too much time tonight with admission stuff. You guys are here for to talk with Dr. Choi and Christina Bradshaw. So I'm going to turn it over to them. Please, again, know you can either stay on mute, throw questions and stuff in the chat, or unmute yourself and talk away with us. So Dr. Choi, I'm going to hand it off to you.
Appreciate it, Ben. Thank you. And hi, Kyla, Alexa again. This is Dr. Choi, Young-Soo Choi. I'm a professor at Hospitality and Tourism Management, and I'm also the interim dean at the college. And we have Ms. Bradshaw, assistant dean of our college, taking care of all the academic component. Ms. Bradshaw, would you introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure. So I'm also a recent graduate of Niagara. I shouldn't say recent. I'm an alum of Niagara. A hospitality tourism major, and got hired right off the bat with Liberty Travel. I was top sales agent for all of Buffalo, Syracuse, and Rochester. And then one of my professors came and hired me to become the assistant to the dean. And here I am still today, 17 years later, proud Purple Eagle. So yeah, I help with all the students' scheduling, advisement, you know, helping if you want to add to your program, whether it's a minor, double major, if you're interested in study abroad, work abroad. I myself did study abroad in Strasbourg, France, and I also worked for Disney. So I'm kind of like the rookie that's been here forever.
Yeah, she's our alum, and she's been with us for 17 years, you said, right? Gosh.
That's crazy.
Geez, who was the president back then? George Bush, the son?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So now we have Emma Carlo, one of my favorite students, maybe the favorite student, right? Emma, would you introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Emma Carlo. I'm going to be a senior tourism destination management major at Niagara. I have a minor in Spanish, and I'm also starting a little focus in food and beverage. But mainly on campus, I spent the last couple of years on the board of the Hospitality and Tourism Association, so I made it all the way up to vice president. I also was the lead student intern for Disney Institute, which was sort of like a large event that I got to manage as a student, which was really awesome. And I also did the Disney College program like Ms. Bradshaw. So I got to spend about 5 to 6 months in Walt Disney World in Orlando. And I'm planning on studying abroad in Peru next summer through the College of Hospitality and Tourism Management. So if you guys have any questions about that, whatever, you can just let me know and I'll be happy to help.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them a little bit about your HTA experience and everything you've done with some of the student trip involvement?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, like I briefly mentioned to Kyla, we went to Cleveland this past fall. So basically what the club does is it's like at the beginning of the year when you start at Niagara, you can sign up for clubs, and a lot of majors have their own clubs. So through hospitality, there's 2 different like focus clubs, and then there's also Sports Management Association. There's the Hospitality and Tourism Association, and there's also CMAA, which is Club Managers Association of America, I believe.
That's right.
And that is an incredible club if you're interested at all in studying or getting involved in country clubs. They will get you all the internships you need and everything, and they have like an incredible placement, nearly 100% after graduation if you are involved in that club. And they also like keep getting awards 10 years in a row.
11.
11.
Yeah.
Congrats, we did it
just
again.
Just won last spring again.
Yeah, the amazing thing is we have students, I don't know if you know, but like Gigi Ortiz is working in Ohio now, and through those internships, we have students from freshmen to seniors that get placed in those job opportunities, not only through HTA, CMAA, SMA, but when we meet and network with these employers, they hire our students for internships as soon as you're a freshman up to your senior year. So I always say it's really important to reach out to Emma, get involved, because it really helps open those doorways for you. Even next summer, you know, if you're interested in learning about that early, it's so important you feel like part of the community.
Mm-hmm.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
And
And
yeah.
oh yeah, no, I
Yeah.
was just finishing off, with the Hospitality and Tourism Association, in particular, that club, we have about like bi-weekly to monthly meetings, but we've switched in the past years to go from like meeting focus to actually like touring focus. So we tour everything from country clubs to hotels, spas, convention centers, which actually was like very eye-opening to me because I had never really paid attention to the convention side of things, and it really like that's what I'm very interested in. So through that club, you can also travel. Every semester they have a trip. The spring is normally further. We are planning this year on going to Atlanta, but that trip obviously was canceled because of Corona. But we did make it to Cleveland, and in the past we've gone to Denver, we've gone to California.
California. Yeah.
Yeah. And on the closer trips, been to Pittsburgh. So it really is, it's lovely. So I would highly recommend if you come to Niagara, no matter what club you join, just join a club.
Yeah. I mean, we specifically have someone like Emma so that you can, if you choose to come to us and join our college, I want you to follow a footstep like Emma did for the past 3+ years. And then there's ample opportunity. We already talked a few. And another important part, I always emphasize this to high school students and even incoming students. We have a specific chunk of money, scholarship, grant, or donation by the foundations and individual donors. So we'll do our best. The students and family will make a decision, not based on the financial component, but what our students, my kid, my son, and my daughter will get out of this unique experience, high impact experience. So you can be most marketable once you graduate. We don't want you to be a line position employee after you graduate, because you're gonna probably work at least about 1,000 or more hours. We have 800 hours of industry practicum hours, right? That during your 4 years or even less of your academic endeavor with us. And then you get the plenty of a line position, maybe junior supervisor experience. So once you graduate, I want you to be the managers. That's when all those Club Management Association students become managers, and then HTA students become assistant GM of the hotels right off the bat, right after you graduate. That's our goal. As long as you are with us, you come to us, share your dreams or your ideas, what you want to pursue, and we'll make it happen. Miss Brescio is there for that. I'm here for that. So is Emma or other upper class students. Okay, so I know you're juniors, correct? So you're probably have another year to make decision. And just like Miss Brescio and Emma who went to Orlando, I actually lived there 7 years, Mickey Mouse Town, Orlando, 7 years, 2006, 2013, before I joined here. I taught a place called the UCF, University of Central Florida. I don't know whether Kyla or Alexa, you heard about that university. If you're interested in hospitality tourism, that name probably pops up because in Orlando, there's a nice campus building. It has about close to 4,000 undergraduate students, just one college, not the university. University has about 80,000 students. So I teach students with a 75, 125 students in one section, barely memorize their names. And I was young, so I was able to memorize their names, but it was just difficult to manage my relationship with my students. I couldn't do any personal mentor-mentee relationship building whatsoever. It's just a grinding out, teaching, coming out, office hour, grading tons of papers, mentally exhausted, physically tired. And I wish I could do more, but I was kind of stuck. I mean, big schools can come with a lot of the good things like big sports and other facilities and everything. But I'm more like educator. I want to be more like a mentor rather than educator is a nice term, but I would like to be mentor. I saw is Miss Brescio, and she is in the academic staff position, but she's almost like mother figure based on my experience with her, right? So that's why we always see many students come to her and share their concerns and what they're thinking about. She reach out to us or other faculties, other departments in the campus, try to make it happen. so that you can accomplish what you want. So I think that's a unique part of our university itself, particularly in our college, because we are so small relatively. We have about 250 students and a few master students in sport management as well. But our full-time faculty pretty much memorize every one of their advisees. Our full-time faculty are advising. At UCF and Penn State, where I used to teach, there's actually staff member who is called advisors. I mean, they have their own expertise. They know the schedules and logistic matters, but they are also overwhelmed with all the students coming in, thousands of students coming in, day out. We don't have that kind of issue. So faculty are up there in the 4th floor, Bini. I hope you're going to arrange some trip to us since you're from Orchard Park and Painesville in Ohio. It's Brescia, and I can arrange near future visit to campus, so we can accommodate that. We can allow you to sit in one of the class, talk to your professors in your major of interest. We can do anything. You can, hook up with some student like Emma and experience what one day looked like on Niagara
Dr. Troy,
campus.
I just wanted to do a quick plug. We are starting in-person visitors on August 3rd. We are on campus, so we have protocol is in place, safety measures are in place, and we will have students visiting again. So
I'm sure we have all the masks, everything is ready for that, right?
Yeah, students will get a free mask when they come visit, and it'll be a big old screaming eagle on the front. So
Oh my gosh.
if either one of you want to come for a visit, please let us know, and we'll work through it and get you scheduled.
Yeah.
I'll go back on.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
That's so awesome. I encourage students to, like, if you start working a job during this school year or next semester, keep track of your hours, those 800 hours, everything that you do to keep building up that resume. We have a career service center that will do your resume for free. And a lot of companies are so impressed that even students as freshmen can have a business card with the first job they had, or with like joining HTA, and really getting involved for yourself helps you open those doorways to really help you decide where do you see yourself and where would you want to see yourself employed. And that's huge because a lot of other colleges are always looking for, employers to come to them, but we have sometimes anywhere from 30 to 40 companies come to us, and students will come to me and say, I'm trying to decide which company I want to work with because I have so many choices. And that's awesome because we want to make sure you have 100% job placement, but we also want to make sure that you graduate on time, or if you do have AP or course credit come in, we have about 20% of our students graduate a whole semester early, or sometimes a whole year early.
Right. I mean, those, early graduation really helps you and make you stand out. Typically, it's accomplished through work abroad. We have a strong partnership with the luxury hotels in Lake Como, Italy. Unfortunately, we had to put a hold on that work abroad program in the summer. That's 12 credit full-time summer program. Only our university maintained that relationship with the several luxury hotels in Italy. And because it's full-time status in summer, your scholarship, I hope you will get from Niagara University, will apply. You'll graduate a semester early at least. And same goes with the Peru program. Emma is planning to go next summer. It's similar, a little bit different, more cultural immersion, more community services, a cute little internship in a boutique hotel, lots of cuisine classes or culture, even shamanism classes in Peru, Latin America. And
where else could you go and get hands-on experience and earn 12 credit hours, even though you're working with, children in an orphanage, and you're doing hands-on opportunities and volunteering and working with so many different community members. Students come back from Peru and tell me it's absolutely life-changing.
Yeah.
And you're earning, it would be like sitting in 4 classes, but you do this over the summer, and it allows you to graduate early, but it really helps you mature and grow.
Absolutely.
It really helps define who you are.
I mean, those are the two kind of a marquee program we run for the past 13, 14 years, very successfully, just because of our international relations. And also some students can pursue a dual degree even with the Bad Honnef, the university in the Bad Honnef, and it's 1 year, 3 years here, 1 year there. German students spend 3 years there and they come here every year. So it's kind of exchange dual degree. You can earn 2 degrees with no extra cost. You pay tuition here, you get instruction in Germany. Or you can go exchange students through that institution or institution in Finland and South Korea, you name it, and we'll make it happen anywhere you want to go. Again, it's been put on hold a little bit, but with all the vaccines and cure development, I'm 100% sure sometime early next year, things will get turned around and we'll go back to normal. So these are very, very unique. Like I said, I worked in a Penn State with about 1,100 undergraduate students in hospitality and tourism, and UCF with about close to 4,000. We don't have this kind of programs. And they're huge, but they are more like a, for the lack of a better term, more like a plant. So you come in, sorry to say that, you're kind of one of the numbers, okay, unfortunately, because otherwise it's really difficult to manage. And you graduate, and the alumni don't never come back. That's one thing very unique here. Ms. Bradshaw can attest to that. Emma can attest to that. These are a unique group of people, always come to every fall, try to help you, be a mentor in the tourism, hospitality, and sports, you name it. And some of them are like class of 676. I think I was 11 back then, but and some of them are class of 15, 2015 or 16, recent grad. Whole spectrum of alumni who are dedicated and try to give it back. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I mean, we get alumni that are directors, CEOs, managers, whether it's the Bills or Ashley, Maria Fanto working with Convene, and directors of marketing and resorts, and they hire our students because they know of our students' work ethic. And I always say to students, you have to be there, you have to be present to become part of it. And if you're not present with your resume and ready to go, you'll miss out, because these alumni come from across the country just for you.
Absolutely. And we don't pay them. They're just using their pay time off or vacation day off, and they purchase their airline ticket. They even purchase their hotel fee. And I feel bad about that, but they said, don't worry about it. We're here to help our, underclass students. Always love to see my, juniors. Yeah, so Emma, you have you have some experience with the alumni too, right? With the Visit Niagara, Buffalo, and
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I got my most recent internship, was through our Alumni Advantage program. So like they were discussing, like every fall we bring in the alumni, and it's a day-long event for the College of Hospitality and Tourism Management. It's actually really nice because all of the College of Hospitality and Tourism Management classes are canceled for the day, and then you can get excuse letters for any gen ed, so you can take the full day, like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and go and do different workshops. There's panels, there's table talks where you go and discuss with the alumni directly. And that's how I met a couple women who work at Visit Buffalo Niagara, which is the Travel and Tourism Bureau for the Buffalo Niagara area. And through that, I was able to obtain an internship and work in a Travel and Tourism Bureau right up until they closed down for the coronavirus. But it was a wild experience to be able to see a Travel and Tourism Bureau's reaction to this, because it affected travel first. That if you remember, airports and airplanes were the first to have the, and cruise lines. So it really was an incredible experience. And that was all thanks to alumni of the college.
Absolutely, yeah. And some of the alumni in the sports side, they're working in the athletics, Bills and Sabres, of course, and the SMA Sport Management Association. They went to Boston, I think twice, and they went to Harvard Athletics, thanks to our alumni working there as a director of the VIP portion. And they went to Boston Red Sox, Fenway Park, behind the scene tour, and TD Garden, the Boston Bruins. So these are the trips, which is hard to put, but for us, it's not a big deal because a lot of alumni or industry partners are out there to help us out for your education. A lot of our education happens in class, of course, but a bunch of them happens outside of class, as you can tell. So we are like half and half. That's very dynamic for our program in particular. I'm sure that's why you are interested in this particular profession, right? Academics.
Yeah, we even host the Special Olympics on campus. So if students are interested even in like a diversity, they get a chance to work with all these students one-on-one. and they compete. And we're one of the only colleges across the country that, along with the Power Niagara Summer Baseball League, that
That's right.
students are working hands-on opportunities and also receiving course credit, but doing all the logistics, everything from behind the scenes, from game day operations to handling the ticket sales to making sure that the
Convention,
Eagle comes out of the helicopter on the
concessions,
first
yeah.
opening day of game day.
That's
And
right.
I'm telling you, our students, they thrive on it. And so did the local community and kids' birthday parties that they've had next summer when we're up and running. It's just such an awesome thing for you to see if you get a chance to Google Niagara Power Base Summer Baseball. They did a thank you last year with all the little kids running out on the baseball diamond in Sal Maglia. And we also are one of the only colleges across the country that own our own summer baseball league. So there's so many things that you can get involved in that we say when you get a chance to come on campus, ask questions and, you know, start some of those programs, but get involved early because we want to help you find the opportunities and work with a company or organization that you really see yourself doing, and not just sitting behind a desk 24/7, but actually working with children's and families. And Buffalo Niagara, you're working with people every day, something's different.
Yeah, I mean, this is perfect time for you because you are rising seniors and you have a whole year to explore and think about. Even if you can do it, you can focus on the area of your interest more, you know, sharply. If you communicate with us, we can make, you know, shape it up for you. Talking to the students like Emma or Miss Brescio and me or other faculties, you have plenty of time to think about it and then make the decision. And we really strongly recommend you to pay a visit because you're not too far away. And we have a lot of students from Orchard Park area. We have quite a few students from Cleveland area. I think Emily, Miss Bill is very instrumental, and she knows most of students coming from that area. And she can talk a lot of the different things, what maybe students from Ohio should be best prepared to come to Niagara University before even you put your
You won't find anybody that's more of an expert in a certain area than Emily Buell is on Ohio. She knows her students, everything about them, and make sure that they're prepared when they get here. So, and then, for Orchard Park, I just noticed you asked a question, Alexa. Would it be difficult to commute? It wouldn't necessarily be difficult. I mean, you obviously being down in Orchard Park, you got to commute up through kind of the Buffalo area.
Right.
We have students that do it. We actually have an Orchard Park student who will start next year.
Lucy, from Hamburg.
Lucy Piscatelli.
Yep, Lucy, yep.
Her mom works in the guidance office. I don't know if you know her, Alexa, but she's planning to start here at Niagara next year.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's living on campus, though.
Yeah. She's from West Seneca. Yeah.
If you're able to do it, maintain it. I think maybe the first semester, just living on campus and meeting friends would be really awesome. And I always say to students, you can definitely commute, but if you feel like you want us to help you with working out scheduling, whether it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or a Tuesday, Thursday, we try our best to absolutely do that in advance if we know that that's absolutely what you want to do. And I say to students, if you are going to commute, just please make sure you get involved. Don't go to class, get in your car, and go home, because you won't be able to experience everything Niagara has to offer if you don't get involved.
Yeah,
you can definitely do the commute though. I'm actually moving to Orchard Park in about 2 weeks, so I'll be making that commute daily. And I've done all the process of looking into it, how it looks, traffic, driving, things like that. And you know, I'm obviously on a different side as a staff member, but I know several other staff members that are coming up from Cheektowaga all the way down to Lancaster, Orchard Park. I mean, that's where I'm going to be. So there are definitely other students and people and you making that same commute. So definitely possible and not difficult.
Emma, you were saying?
And I'm from Hamburg, so I'm right next door. We're neighbors. But I have lived on campus, but I commute like pretty regularly, just to visit home. And mainly when I made the decision, because you just get right on the 219 to 190, and then you're there. The decision I made to live on campus was mainly, like they said, to make friends, and because it creates a new world for you, because Niagara's like the perfect distance from us, where it's like just far enough away that you can make that decision, and it feels like a whole different place. But if you want to commute, you can also do that. And they also have at the beginning of the year for freshmen, where if you are a commuter, you can live on campus for, I believe, the first 10 nights, 10 days. And that way you'll have the experience of living on campus and see if that's something you'd be interested in doing. But I think that's a great tip from Ms. Bradshaw to utilize the help in making your schedule, so that you don't have to make the drive 5 days a week. Maybe cut it down to 3. But for sure, so. Cool.
Yeah, the program that Emma mentioned is called the Commuter Connection. It is the first 10 nights. The actual living on campus portion of it is free for students that want to experience that. If you wanted to eat meals, you can purchase like a 10-day meal plan, or just purchase meals as you go, or stock yourself up on food. And that's really designed for students who are trying to figure out what's best. Do I live on campus? Do I not live on campus? And if you do come to campus, do the Commuter Connection, and you love it, we would essentially just change your award package, add room and board onto it. The room that you'd be living in would then become yours, and you would become a full-time resident student. If you tried it out, you weren't in love with it, you can just see yourself commuting and making that fine. You can just go home, no penalty, live at home, and continue to attend classes regularly. So I recommend, especially somebody from Orchard Park, I would recommend just giving that a go. Again, there's no cost, there's no really big cost to you to do that. Your first 10 days are on campus, you can get started in classes, be nice and smooth knowing where things are at, being right there to do it, and then make your decision.
So Kyla, you're in the file, you say you're interested in event and meeting management. Okay. So, and Alexa, I think you're not quite sure yet, but you're interested generally in hospitality and tourism or sports, or still undecided, exploring?
Again, you guys can either stay on mute like you are and then just chat, or you're welcome to unmute and shout it out loud.
I see. Yeah. So, I mean, some of you may think, right, as it's been already pointed out, COVID-19 put obviously some sort of, major challenge in tourism, hospitality, and sports all alike, and we're going to rebound it. And this group, this incoming group and next cohort like you will be a very special group of people who are actually more dedicated than the others with all these uncertainties. And hospitality and tourism and sports has been always a prosperous and growing industry, globalized. And some of you may think, well, what are they doing during summer when all these COVID cautions are going on? I just met the event coordinator in the Becker Farm, who owns Becker Farm and Vizcara Vineyard in Gasport, near just east side of the Buffalo. And she hired our students for the wedding planning purposes and others. So she got like summer internship opportunity. I just talked to the former student of mine who is senior, working in a resort in Adirondacks, right? We have great partnership with the resort. And she was hired there and they're working 40 hours a week in the summer, even during this tough time, right? So we make it happen, these kind of opportunities, whether times are tough or easy, booming, as long as you are committed, as long as you have a passion, and I hope you had some sort of altruistic personality, I hope. And that's what hospitality is and service industry all about. You smile when you see other people smile because of what you did to them, right? I think if you have that right mindset, you're on. We'll make it everything for you and make sure that you're going to be as best as you can be. I know there's one student who's interested in sports,
do you
right?
have some questions for us
Yeah.
personally about anything that you can throw out that you're thinking you might have a question about?
Yeah, whether it's a procedural thing to maybe Mr. Asher, or other academic thing to us, Emma or Ms. Brasho. Any particular question you have in your mind? Aha, now I'm doing it too. Not
Well,
bad,
I'm sure
right?
it's apprehensive, not knowing 100% where you see yourself in high school. And it's really exciting, to think about all the different job opportunities. And even through COVID, my girls have been able to work, at Niagara Falls State Parks, and they're working remotely from home. And even for high school students, I think it's been a challenge. But I think what's been so awesome is we've had so many Niagara students come together and get together, whether it's a virtual chat, and really be able to reach out. And that's the one thing about feeling like you're comfortable when you come to Niagara. Everyone's like a community member, and that's why we emphasize, like Emma said, getting involved early, because you really start to feel like part of the community. It's small enough, but yet it's still, close enough you can go home, but then you also feel like you have all your friends and family at Niagara. So that's what wants us for you to get involved, but also wants you to stay on campus to make sure that you're meeting those friends. And the sooner we can have you come up and visit would be awesome. We'd love to take you to lunch, or have you spend a little bit of time with me, myself, Young Sue, and Emma, so that we can really get to know you on a personal basis.
Emma, is your email ecarlo@mail.?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. It's
Oh, you
eCarlo.
are? So I'm just putting those two emails, my email and Miss Brashaw's email. Is that right? Brashaw@niagara.edu,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So you can contact me or Miss Brashaw, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Whatever inquiries you have, whatever request you have. And also, you can ask a lot of questions to Mr. Asher. Maybe if you can put Emily's contact for particularly someone like Kyla, that would be great. Someone from Cleveland. And I think Emma put her email as well. So
I have a nifty new work phone, so if you want to text me, feel free. That's my work number. I'm excited about it.
I got a nifty new work phone not too long ago too, and it's so cool because it's super pink. Or super coral, I guess, is the color. So
looks like the color of my new tomatoes coming out of my garden.
I had to cover it up with a case.
I finally became a Apple user.
Yay!
My first iPhone SE. I cannot afford to buy iPhone 11 or whatever. It's just out of my range. So I kind of compromised a little bit. I got SE, and I just opened it like 1 hour ago. Super excited.
That's
Awesome.
amazing.
Right.
Well, please know both Alexa and Kyla. Thank you for hopping on and listening in. I know it can be tough, and especially in a setting like this, to when we ask, do you have questions, things like that, to just throw out questions. So please know that obviously our emails are open, our phone lines are open if you want to call and chat. But really, like they said, you're juniors, upcoming seniors this next year. One of the best things you can do is visit a campus.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're looking into a major similar to hospitality, to really see the people that we have on campus, the department, where you'll be learning, things you'll be doing. I think if you step on Niagara's campus, you're going to find that when it comes to that program, obviously I'm a little biased, but I feel that we're absolutely one of the best across the nation. I would rank our students and our staff against any other school that has a similar major. So we'd love to see you on campus. Like I said, we open back up August 3rd. We'll be doing visits, things like that, obviously taking some protocols. But
and don't be a stranger. Feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to have you on campus and have you meet up, even if it's a social distance meeting, and whether it's lunch or just spreading out, seeing some of the classrooms and some of our beautiful Statler Hall, which was donated to us, where we get students, especially you local students, the hotel restaurant management majors, sophomore to seniors, receive $500 to $1,000 per semester. And we also get money for all the student trips. So that's huge. Students do community service about 5 hours per semester, but I know that Emma can attest, instead of spending several $100s to go to Cleveland, I don't know, what did you guys spend for Cleveland?
Like $50 to $60 or something.
For, what was
Yeah.
it, 2 nights?
Nice hotel.
Yeah, 2 nights in a Hilton, like the nice Hilton in Cleveland, right
And
near
you
the
know,
water.
that Hilton property was on like Housewives or some crazy show. They were in the
Yeah.
suite in the same property we were at.
It's awesome. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, the
And
hotel
It's so
show. Yeah.
exciting to see you guys come on. I know you
Mhm.
probably are quiet right now, but don't be strangers. Feel free
Oh,
to
yeah.
reach out to any one of us.
Right. If you ask for it, we'll deliver it for you. Okay, you got my word. And if you have any question about other colleges, other universities, if you're interested in hospitality and tourism and sports, I've been through a lot of different institutions. I can give you my really honest feedback, pros and cons, so you can make the best decision. So shoot me an email. Okay, don't feel, I don't want to bother, Dr. Choi with like a Kansas State program. I know a lot of different university programs, so I'll give you advice as much as I can.
Yeah, and a lot of students, like Emma too, you'll minor or you have questions about, like, if you're taking Spanish now or you want to take a theater class or a dance class or anything like that. We have a new beginnings course that helps students get orientated your freshman year and really get a chance to mentor with other students. But don't be afraid to step out of the box. I always say to students, come see us early, because we'd rather have you go to Disney as a freshman or sophomore instead of a senior, or we'd rather have you apply for Peru when you get on campus instead of waiting until your senior year when it's too late. So
Right.
Same thing with Germany. If you're interested in going to Germany your senior year, we want to make sure we plot room on your curriculum for all those opportunities to open up those doorways for you.
Absolutely. All right.
Dr. Choi, you said you gave your word, and so I'm going to ask you to deliver a Porsche to my house. That would be great. You said
We're
if
another
I
prospective
asked-
student.
You said if I asked, you would deliver. So.
You can reapply to Niagara, then I'll think about it.
Okay. Well,
Parents
again,
always
thank you.
ask if they
Nice-
can come back. I
nice
haven't.
try.
They ask me all the time when their son or daughter's in Peru or Italy. They're like, "Can I come back to school?" I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
"You can go join them at the end of their summer."
I know Meg Rogers' mom went down there and to see her daughter, and a year ago, another mom visited her
Disney,
daughter.
same
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you
Parents
again,
actually
thank
want
you.
to visit their children wherever they're working, just because
Yeah.
they're doing something they love to do.
Mhm.
hmm
Alexa,
Mr.
Kyla, thank you for jumping on. We won't hold your night up any longer. So please know, again, welcome to ask us questions. Reach out to us. We really hope to see you on campus. Have a good night and stay safe. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Have a nice weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So Ben, you're going to deliver it to that student who couldn't come today, I guess, right?
Wait,
Do you know
what?
the student who wasn't able to come here, and he wants to see that it's recording? Oh, I guess
Oh yeah.
it's
We'll
still
get it
recording.
sent.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
All
get
right.
it. We'll get it
Thanks.
sent off.
All right. Thank you.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.